Hello, my wonderful Cancerians. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing amazing. In today's video, I will be tapping into the energies of your love life. So it's going to be your general love reading for the week here. So pretty much whatever comes out for you guys. Okay, so we have the Five of Cups. Okay. And the Five of Wands. Cancer, this is a very clear message that you have someone here who regrets involving you in some sort of a very chaotic situation or involving you in some form of drama. The reason why there's regret is they also feel like they could have avoided something from occurring. That's usually what the Five of Wands touches on. It's, petty conflict, something that lacks importance, and it's usually something or an obstacle that you feel like you could have avoided. So I'm strongly getting someone who regrets dragging you into a very chaotic situation or intentionally choosing not to tell you something that could have kind of saved your time or, could have kept you away from maybe something that wasn't very pleasant to experience, right? Whether it's just a chaotic situation, whether it's, drama. Okay, I'm going to start off by seeing how you are being viewed this week. Cards are flying everywhere. Okay, I did see the Hermit pop out. So some of you could be dealing with a Virgo, or it could be someone who's in a period of solitude, but they are thinking of you or they are concerned here. So we have the Six of Wands for how they're viewing you. This person could view you as someone who receives a lot of attention, or some of you could be in the public eye. Maybe it's something that you're skilled at. Maybe, it could be something pertaining to your career as to why you're in the public eye. Or for others of you, it could just be, someone viewing you as receiving a lot of attention, a very popular individual, someone who is highly sought after. But here's what I see, Cancer. They really want your attention this week. There's something about you being really invested in this situation and making them feel on top of the world when you are communicating or connecting with them. And once you, are withdrawn or you take that energy back, that's something that they are strongly feeling. And there's something here that they feel they could have avoided. Right? That's what I was touching on with the Five of Cups and the Five of Wands. Something that they feel, if I just told Cancer that sooner, or if I was just upfront about that in the beginning, right, then I could have avoided that. But because they did not, there is a level of regret, and it's something that they're still dwelling on. But for the most part, they are viewing you as, yes, wanting your attention, but there could be some sort of success that you've attained for yourself that is very visible to them as well. There could even be something in particular that you're celebrating, whether it's like a milestone that this person is aware of. So we have the Lovers. Some of you could be dealing with the Gemini, and we have the World card in the challenge position. So someone who feels very connected to you, but there's so much distance between the both of you. That's what I see, and that's what they're feeling challenged by. The Lovers is usually when you feel very drawn to someone, but you can't really put your finger on why. And it could even be read as like two very different energies coming together for a deeper reasoning or a deeper meaning. That's why the angel is above them. So there could be some sort of a spiritual lesson, or there's something here where the both of you cross paths because there's something that you needed to learn from this individual. And furthermore, there may have been something that they needed to learn from you. And with the World card, I sense that there could be physical distance, but initially what I was getting is this person feels like they're thinking of you constantly. They feel very connected to you, but physically there's like, a lot of distance, or you guys are not speaking to each other. The way that things ended or a cycle coming to an end could be something that was very unexpected, or this person feels like they were not prepared for that to occur. How are you viewing them? The Hanged Man. You're viewing this person in a very stagnant energy. You may be aware that they are thinking of you, or this is something that's impacting them, but you're not really viewing them as doing something about their emotions. Okay. The Hanged Man, some of you could be dealing with the Pisces, but I do feel strongly, Cancer, that your perspective on this person has definitely changed. You're having a shift in perspective when it comes to this person, this situation. You could be seeing them in a completely different light than you once have. And more specifically, there could be something that was revealed to you about this person where you feel like you can't go back to how you viewed them, or you can't go back to, or how you used to view them, or how you trusted them at one point. But I do feel like you're viewing this situation as very, stagnant. It's been at its standstill. And you could even feel like when this person had the opportunity to figure something out with you, they did not. And the Hangman could also be like a very intuitive energy where you do know it's impacting this person, but you also know that this is someone where they were not comfortable with acting on their emotions in the past, or that is something that they struggled with, emotional intimacy or being vulnerable. So we have the Death card in your feelings. Some of you could be dealing with the Scorpio and the Four of Cups. You're like, I need to let this go. Some of you feel like you have completely detached, but with the Four of Cups, there may be certain things where when you think about it or you revisit it, there's a level of disappointment. But the Four of Cups touches on, or it's an energy of growing impatient with something, feeling like I'm tired of thinking about this, but not really seeing any progress or evidence in the 3D. And it could be when your emotions have completely changed when it comes to this person or the situation. The Death card is not only accepting an ending between you and this individual, it's an ending within yourself that occurred after the ending with this person. Something within you internally changed after an ending with this person. So it's almost like a version of you that you no longer resonate with, or a version of you that you can't really see yourself going back to. You know what I mean? And then we have the Seven of Pentacles in your feelings and the Five of Swords. I think you spent a lot of time analyzing or observing this situation, but it feels too conflicting. You may even feel like this is a connection where there was constant bickering or constant, complications or conflicts, where it's like, I don't want to be a part of that, or I'm not going to stay in a connection where there's more arguing or bickering with the Five of Swords. I want to be happy, or I want to feel more at peace. I do think you're thinking about this person and it's weighing heavily on your mind, but there's a part of you that just, there's a part of you that you feel like you lost, and there's a part of you that doesn't exist anymore, or a version of you that doesn't exist anymore. But that version of you that does not exist is what this person is used to. That's the version of you that was connecting with this person. It's almost some sort of like an internal kind of like, almost like a death or a change that you're going through with the Death card there, a transformation. And Seven of Pentacles and the Five of Swords could also be you observing this situation and saying, is this really worth my investment? But there could be a part of you that doesn't agree with how things transpired, or a part of you that wants to explain something or express something from your side. You could have felt very misunderstood by this person also. So we have the Page of Swords clarifying the Lovers, and we have the Six of Pentacles clarifying the World card. This is someone who's definitely keeping tabs on you. They could even feel stuck in their current situation. So it could be someone who feels very overworked, or they feel like they have so many responsibilities to take care of. And they could be alluding, or they could be hinting something at you, Cancer, but it's not a direct energy. Right? Even if it's something that they're subliminally trying to tell you, whether it's via social media, Page of Swords is a very indirect energy. They want to figure you out. They want to know what you're up to. They want more information on you. There's definitely a level of curiosity, but they're not being direct about it, and they're not communicating that to you. Six of Pentacles in the World card could, especially coming up in the challenge position, it could also be someone who's acknowledging that things came to an end because they did not give you their undivided attention, because they were investing in more than one thing at once, but they weren't being upfront about that. Excuse me. And remember, I did say earlier on, or right when we opened the spread, there's something here this person regrets. Kind of like they feel if they were upfront about their situation, or if they were truthful with you about what was going on in their environment instead of trying to hide it or mask it, then you guys wouldn't be in this current pickle. Okay, so in their feelings, we have the King of Cups, okay? And we also have the Ace of Cups. You have someone who really feels like your energy's irreplaceable, Cancer. King of Cups and the Ace of Cups, I mean, they want a new beginning here. This is someone who still feels very emotionally connected to you. Okay, there could be some sort of internal work that this person has done. And for some of you, it's like therapy or finding a better outlet for their emotions, or finding a better way to cope with their emotions and furthermore express that to others. Yes, this is a relationship, but I feel like, or it could have been a relationship in the past, but I feel like there was a deeper reasoning as to why the both of you connected. This could have been very difficult for you to detach from, especially if you had high hopes for this connection. But I think that you triggered something within this person, or you, in terms of they woke up to what they needed to do differently. Like this could be someone who was uncomfortable with their emotions most of their life, but connecting with you made them feel, and furthermore, the ending with you made them feel like, I really want to change this or work on this. This person feels like no one understands them the way that you do. King of Cups in their energy. Queen of Swords and the Six of Swords, viewing you as, back turned towards a situation, moving away. It's someone who feels intensely towards you, but does not feel like you're going to give them a second chance. They don't feel like they're ever going to have access to you or the version of you that they had access to in the past. Even if they feel that, you know what, I am going to converse with Cancer, and I'm sure Cancer wants to have a conversation with me. They know that the version of you that they're getting now is not the same as before, and they could be comparing the both. Something that this person feels strongly is, the detached or cold energy from your end. You could have been very nurturing towards this person, very caring, but Queen of Swords and the Six of Swords is a very clear-cut energy. Like what you know now about this person has, determined your decision moving forward. And Six of Swords could be this person also trying to mentally detach from certain aspects of this connection here. Whether it's something they're trying to avoid, or it's something that's impacting them in a negative way and they don't want to continue feeling consumed by it. Okay. So we have the Nine of Swords and the Six of Cups in the potential outcome. This person is very stressed out. They're very anxious. It's someone who feels like they're always reminded of you, or they're constantly thinking of you. I even see some sort of comparisons to, other connections in their life. You could have, it could be that I'm picking up on someone who feels like you guys have a lot of history together, or it's like something about this connection. They feel like the innocence was stripped from it because of their dishonesty, or because of not bringing something to the forefront. They could even feel like the both of you, right? Whether it's a connection that started off very, innocent and very vibrant and very loving and exciting. There could be a question of, how did we end up here? But what I see is someone who feels like they can't stop thinking about you, and this is something that's going to impact them even if the both of you do not reconnect. Nine of Swords is being clarified by the Hermit, the Six of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. And, with the Hermit, Ace of Wands, wow. So with the Hermit, I do feel like there's a lot of wisdom that this person's gained. Is there a desire for a new beginning? Absolutely. Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, and the Ace of Cups. But they don't fully trust that it's possible, because they're viewing you as, detached or at a different space in your life. This could be someone who has a deep desire for you, but deep inside they feel like they're not actually the person for you because of, the energy that you're exuding or because of the changes that you've made in your life. They feel like they have to take what they've learned and move forward. If, it's almost an energy of I need to accept what it is. Maybe this is what I want, but I don't truly believe that that's going to happen. It's the Ace of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles. Yep, and the Star card. They want to heal. There could be something that, like I said, they're like, because they're accepting something about you or the connection, it's allowing them to heal. And they do want to work something out here, but it's very interesting here, Cancer, because their emotions are, how they're feeling is one thing, but when they approach things from a realistic perspective or a logical perspective, it's completely different here. And as a reader, what I'm seeing is this is a connection where there was a very important lesson for the both of you. So it may have been that, you guys have crossed paths for that reason. And it could have been a lot of difficulties that you guys were facing in this connection as well, because I do see that it was very complex, or there were constant obstacles here. Okay. So that is what I'm getting for you guys this week. I really do hope you were able to find a message that resonated with you here today. And thank you so much for your time.